Okay, so a number of people have said, Mark, did you lose your hair? Well, I don't know why anyone can lose their hair that quickly. I mean, I had a full head of hair last week, and I don't imagine that you can lose your hair in the space of a week. This is a peroxide job, folks. Peroxide. That's all. Full head of hair at 44 years old. We're going to keep rocking. We're going to keep this hair forever. So, on to the video. We're going to look again at Dr. John McDougall talking about potatoes. Because he says here, if you had to pick one, so I thought about this, if I had to pick one starch, since most of my calories are starch, if I had to pick one, what would it be? It would have to be potatoes. They're delicious and they're probably the most versatile. You could do loads of different things with potatoes that you can't really do with other starches. But I do love my white rice as well. Let's hear this. I'm going to say this because I keep forgetting. Please like and subscribe. Every video I tell myself, remember Mark, tell the people to like and subscribe. And of course, I completely forget. So I've did it this time. I'm going to try and remember that. If you enjoy the videos, if you don't. But please do.
There's got to be a food for a human being that's most ideal. And of course, you know that I focus on starches like rice, corn, potatoes, beans, peas, and lentils as the primary source of calories for everybody. But if I had to pick one of the starches, I would say, give me potatoes. If you said to me, look, you only have one food to live on for the rest of your life, what would it be? Give me potatoes. Yeah, I need some other things. I need clean air and clean water. I need to be moderately active, not too active. I don't want to hurt myself with exercise. I need to have adequate sunshine, but not too much. Remember, I'm Irish. I've got very light skin. I guess I would be known as Dr. Potato. I've been associated with a potato for most of my career. Actually, Veg World, a whole article on me in relationship to potatoes. And I started writing about potatoes in the year 2002. I wrote an article called Potatoes Are the Pillars of Worldwide Nutrition. That was almost 20 years ago. I've been focusing on potatoes as my favorite food. It wasn't always that potatoes were vilified. I mean, during World War II, when we were looking to be the best as far as a country is concerned, we were looking to have our fighting people at their best, at their physical best. Potatoes were heavily promoted during World War II with various advertisements. The potato used to be an ideal food, but industry, of course, has fixed that for us, hasn't they? They've taught us that the most important thing to get is calcium, dairy, protein, meat, and don't think about carbohydrates, starches, because they're not high profit. The most well-known potato eaters these days is Andrew Taylor. He's from Australia, and he went on an all-potato diet. And the reason he went on an all-potato diet, he tells the story, and actually he discovered our work, the McDougall diet, and used that as an example, is that he just could not get control of his life. I mean, his family life, his business life, everything. He was suffering from terrible depression. He was overweight. He was unhealthy. He had to do something, and he would do anything to get his life back. And so he decided to go on an all-potato diet. And over a 1-year period, not only did he lose 117 pounds, but he was in excellent health. He got rid of his depression. He got his life back. He now runs a website called Spud Fit, which I would encourage you to get involved in, and he will encourage you to eat primarily potatoes. Potatoes can be your soul food. It's complete nutrition. Potatoes have all the protein, all the vitamins, all the minerals, all the fat. Even though it's very low fat, only 1% of the calories are fat, that's enough fat. Some of your vegetable foods are deficient in vitamin A and C, but not potatoes. Like other underground storage organs, potatoes are loaded with vitamin C. In fact, they're called the anti-scurvy vegetable. Not only are potatoes good nutrition, they're superior nutrition. And a message that I'm going to give you this morning and this afternoon is this. If you can't figure out what to do to get your health back, just eat potatoes or sweet potatoes and water till you figure it out. Till you take and have the time to take and plow through the 4,000 recipes that the McDougalls have published for you in books, on our website, in our newsletters, just to eat potatoes. They're complete nutrition. They're better than nutrition of any other free-living population that I can think of. But you could choose it to be rice, or pasta, etc., whatever you like. Just make the diet repetitive, make it simple. Just focus on a single starch and a few vegetables, and you're on Mary's mini diet temporarily, not for a long period of time. A useful tool that many of you take advantage of. It's about the sugar. I've told you we like the sugar. That's the way we're designed. You like sugar. In fact, that's what you keep telling me. It's sugar that's your downfall. Well, it's only because they mix sugar with fat in the form of cakes and ice cream and pies. That's why sugar is harmful. It's because of the company it keeps. As far as eating pure sugar goes, you wouldn't do it. You can't sit down to a bowl of white sugar and tablespoon it into your mouth. You can't even do that with honey. You quickly get satiated. But if you mix it up with other ingredients like fat.
The oldest, the population in the world that has been the healthiest, lived the longest, had no obesity, no diabetes, no heart disease. They had the oldest number of centenarians, that's people living to be over 100 in the world, and they still hold the record to this day, is the Okinawans. The Okinawans, before they became westernized, at 85% of their calories from carbohydrate and predominantly starch. And that was almost all sweet potato. So when you talk about anyone who thinks this way of eating is unhealthy, tell that to the Okinawans, Jack. In fact, I've got a section in my upcoming free book, Eat Lean, Get Lean, that is actually titled Tell It to the Okinawans, Jack. Because they ate almost most of the calories were potatoes, 85%. Only 6% of their diet came from fat. I ate about 5%. And I feel fantastic. This is a happy, energetic way of eating and living your life. So, yeah, tell it to the Okinawans, Jack.
And chocolate, etc. Yeah, boy, you get it down. And we sure have taste buds for being attracted to that sugar, which allows us to eat the chocolate and the fat along with it, don't we? Sugar we do like. Unfortunately, a lot of people miss the idea when they want to become vegetarians or vegans. They want to do, some good in terms of animal rights or saving the planet. They get misinformed. They still hold on to the remnant that somehow starches are bad. Starches are fattening. And so they know they have to give up the animals because the animals are suffering terribly. They're destroying their planet Earth. They know that, but they still hold on to the idea that starches are bad for you. And as a result, they go for the low calorie, nutrient dense, high fiber, high water, unsatisfying, green and yellow vegetables. And they starve to death. To get enough calories to support my needs for the day would take between 11 and 20 pounds of cabbage. I don't have that kind of time, much less have my intestines tolerate that much fiber in bulk. No, you can't live on a nutrient-dense, green and yellow vegetable diet. You've got to get that starch in. And potatoes would be ideal.
You got to get that starch in. Starch is human food. We love starch. You love starch. I know you love starch because you're human. Human beings love starch. You love potatoes, and you love rice, and you love bread, and you like pasta. You love starch. Okay? We've been eating starches as humans for almost 1 million years. About 800,000 to be exact. Okay? We do absolutely fantastic on starch. We thrive. You won't just survive eating this way. You will thrive. Okay, now before we go, if you don't know how to set up this type of diet and you want to thrive, you want to lose fat and you want to lose it quickly and you want to lose it while eating food that's satisfying, hire me as your coach, folks. There should be a link here somewhere in the description or something. I call it the 12-week shred. We'll shred that fat off your body. You'll feel full. You'll feel satisfied. You'll enjoy the food. And this is a way of eating that you'll enjoy for life. And because it's so easy, you can enjoy the odd splurge every now and again. You don't have to eat like this every single day for the rest of your life. Have the odd pizza, have chocolate cake, whatever. You'll get lean, but even more importantly, you'll get lean for life. You'll know exactly what to do. And the fat comes off fast. And you'll be happy and energetic. And it's awesome. So, until next time, folks, I love you. Or is that a damn thing you can do about it?